Trap number 5, manage condition misunderstanding. This trap messes with your head. It's confusing and frustrating because it can feel like the VA is punishing you for doing the right thing. You did everything they asked. You went to therapy, you took the meds, you did the physical therapy, you showed up, you got help, and now your rating letter comes back lower than it should be, or your claim gets denied because of one word. The examiner saw stable in your chart. Here's what happened. Your treatment is working just enough. It makes you look better on paper than you actually are in real life. The VA rates what's documented. If your medical records only show improving, the rater assumes your impairment is lower than it actually is. But you know the truth. The meds help, but you still can't work a full shift without breakthrough symptoms. The therapy helps, but you still avoid crowds, cancel plans, and struggle through those bad weeks. The pain meds help, but you still can't lift your kids or stand for more than 20 minutes. You can't sleep through the night without waking up in pain. You're not faking improvement. The treatment is real, but so is the disability. If your records don't capture that contrast, you're going to get underrated. I'm going to show you exactly how to document the full picture. Your baseline, your worst day, and the side effects. You shouldn't be punished for getting help. You should be rated for the chronic reality you're living with. Let's fix this. Now, before we go further, I need to say this clearly. The VA isn't trying to screw you over. They're doing their job. They rate based on the level of impairment that's documented in your medical records. That's actually fair when the documentation is complete. The problem is when your records only show half the story. If your chart says improvement with medication, but ignores your twice-weekly panic attacks, that's incomplete. If physical therapy notes say tolerating exercises, but miss that you can't stand for 30 minutes, that's incomplete. If mental health notes say mood stable, but miss that you're isolating at home, that's incomplete. The VA rater can only work with what's in front of them. If it looks like stable and improving, they rate it that way. But chronic conditions don't work that way. Treatment manages symptoms without eliminating the disability. You can be stable and still have flare-ups, breakthrough symptoms, and side effects from the meds themselves. Fatigue, brain fog, GI issues. These are functional limitations that persist even when the treatment is working. If you stop treatment, symptoms come roaring back. That baseline severity, that's your true chronic reality. The goal isn't to look worse than you are. The goal is to be rated accurately for the disability you live with. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. Once you see the pattern, you'll recognize it everywhere. Anxiety and PTSD medications are perfect examples. Your provider documents medication effective because panic attacks decreased, but you still can't go to crowded places. You still avoid social situations. You're managing, but you're not cured. Improved does not mean normal. Pain medications work the same way. They let you move, but the pain is still there. The meds help you get out of bed, but you still can't lift over 10 pounds or stand for long without severe pain. Physical therapy is another one. The therapist documents progress in range of motion, which is great news clinically. But if your knee still gives out or you need a brace to walk, that's your functional reality the rater needs to see. Sleep medications are especially tricky. They help you fall asleep. But what about the next day grogginess? The brain fog that lasts until noon? The nightmares that break through? Those are side effects that count. Those are real documented impairments, but they often get left out because the focus is on treatment compliance. Here's the bottom line. Improved does not mean normal. Your treatment is reducing severity, not curing the disability. So what's the fix? You need to document the contrast, the full picture of your actual chronic reality. Here's what needs to be in your record. 4 critical pieces of information that create the contrast the VA needs. Number 1, what you can do now and what you still can't do. Don't just say the meds help. Be specific about limits. With medication, I manage daily tasks, but I still can't work full-time because of fatigue and breakthrough symptoms. Number 2, your baseline or worst day reality. This is critical. What happens if you miss a dose or have a flare-up? Without my anxiety meds, I can't leave the house. When my knee flares up, I need a cane for 3 to 4 days. Number 3, how often your condition still breaks through. Document the frequency and duration of bad days. I still have panic attacks twice a month despite medication. These numbers turn complaints into measurable evidence. Number 4, the trade-offs. Medications come with costs. drowsiness, brain fog, and safety concerns count as impairment. The contrast is everything. The VA needs to see your real chronic reality, what works, and what still limits you. If your records don't capture all four, you're leaving evidence on the table, and it's costing you rating points. Step 1. Speak clearly at your appointments. Don't just say the meds help. That's incomplete for your claim. The word "but" is your bridge. The meds help, but I still have panic attacks. It acknowledges improvement without erasing impairment. Your provider isn't trying to underrate you. They just document what you tell them. Emphasize function, not just symptoms. Talk about work, sleep, and social activity. If your provider doesn't document functional impact, the VA won't see it. Step 3. Prepare for your C&P exam the right way. They only have 30-45 minutes. They need clarity fast. Bring a one-page symptom summary, baseline, limitations, breakthrough frequency, and side effects. Hand it to the examiner. This ensures you don't forget critical details under pressure. It's not a legal brief, it's a clarity tool. Step 4. Use statements to capture what the medical chart misses. Buddy statements from a spouse are powerful. A spouse can document bad days, home limitations, and mood changes that the doctor only sees once in a while. These statements don't replace medical evidence, they complete it. They fill the gaps that clinical notes leave behind. You're asking to be rated for your real chronic reality, not just the best day your medication gives you. If you think you're still struggling despite your decision letter saying you're stable, you're not imagining things. The VA rated what was documented, not necessarily what's real. And the good news is, you can fix that. Run your letter through my free VA letter translator. It breaks down exactly what the VA relied on. No legal jargon. You'll see what medical evidence they used, what's missing, and what you need to document differently moving forward. This tool exists because you deserve to understand the decision that affects your life. The link is in the description. You've earned these benefits. My goal is never to mislead, only to empower you. God bless. Stay tuned.